Season 3, episode 4, grand total episode number 34.
35.
35.
I was just going to say we have it down.
And I still read it wrong. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Our Achilles heel is reading.
It's a podcast about skiing. And here in the wonderful state of Colorado, skiing as good as it gets.
For the month of July.
It is not as good as it gets, although we have recently had some snow.
Finally.
I expect, besides the crowds yesterday, Winter Park was probably exceptional as they got 12 inches of snow.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we'll talk about a little bit is, in my opinion, the snow isn't that bad. And we'll talk about my day at Vail, of course.
Shocker.
That it wasn't that bad, but the crowds are consolidated to very small areas that is similar to herding cattle.
Yeah.
And so it's busy, and that takes a lot of the fun out of it for me because I don't know why. We'll talk about that a little bit. Winter Park got 12 inches, Aspen, and they got 9 inches the day I left.
Of course.
Good for them. Eldora is saying they got 7. I find that hard to believe because I leave like 10 miles as the bird flies, less than that, like 7 miles as the bird flies from Eldora, and I got less than 1.
Oh, interesting. I didn't see their snow stake. I only saw Winter Park's, which was 12.
But maybe in their defense, though, as the bird flies, isn't it like right between you and Winter Park?
Yes, there's drastic differences between my house and Eldora, but it's usually I'll get 4, they'll get 8. But anyway, I'm not calling them liars because I feel like I have kept a good eye on their snow stake over the years, and they're pretty honest.
Yeah.
If anything, they do themselves a disservice that they'll get some snow during the day and clear it off at 4 p.m. and then count what came after 4 p.m. when they missed out, which is fine with me. I'd rather you err on the side of caution than say you got. They are, however, sorry, I said I wasn't going to call them liars. They're absolutely lying about their base.
Everybody's lying about their base. There's no way anybody has an 18-inch base.
Maybe one of you guys can bring up bases and I'll tell you who is not lying about their base and who is. Like, for example, Ski Cooper is saying they have an 8-inch base. I do not believe that they are lying about their base.
I would agree.
Eldora, I believe, says 28.
A Basin says 19.
True.
Aspen, 16 to 30.
16, true.
Copper, 20.
Maybe true.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably true.
Eldora, 29. There's no way.
Let me tell you, so there's a couple ski areas off the top of my head. I can tell you this area starts skiing well at. And for example, A Basin starts skiing well at, I hate to say it, 60 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, I should
That's when it's like firing. Like
it's
really
firing.
good.
Okay, so like 40 inches to where you don't have to spend the majority of your energy looking out for rocks. So it's higher than most.
Yeah.
Eldora is 32. They are not 3 or 4 inches away from that number.
No, definitely
because I've
not.
had wonderful days. Brian Glades is open at 30, 32. I will admit, and we're going to talk about some things today that I will admit we're not the experts.
Yeah.
But they are not, that does not coincide with the last 10 years when they had similar conditions. They used to report like 15 with that. So
Loveland, 21.
Yeah, they've done good.
Vail, 18.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In places, maybe. Like, and we'll talk about Vail. At the very tippy top of Vail, there's no snow.
Yeah, but the thing with Vail is that Vail doesn't have the rocks that others, I mean, they cultivate.
Yeah, you're like
not
skiing
have
on golf course grass,
Yeah.
basically. So anyway.
And then Winter Park is 25 to 27.
Well, I believe it.
After 12 inches.
They get more snow. And so anyway, keep going on. Copper says they got 7, I believe it. Vail says they got 4. Loveland 3 and A Basin 2. So there was a lot of parity in the last storm.
Yeah.
That a lot of times storms, a lot of those ski areas are not very far from each other, and to have a big difference between, 3 inches at Loveland and 12 inches at Winter Park is a big difference.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the skiing is still bad.
It is.
Not bad. That's not fair. Because one thing I kept seeing people posting is it's not that bad. And I agree. So I'll go next because I like to talk about Vail.
Okay.
I skied at Vail on Tuesday.
Yep.
It was spring skiing.
Is that the 23rd?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was very firm. There were places that it was like gray from where it had turned into slush and then refrozen again.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I didn't really hit a lot of rocks. It was fairly crowded. And unlike most days at Vail, we skied the bottom of the mountain, which was all man-made snow, which they've done very good at making snow on like the bottom of Born Free and stuff.
Yeah.
And the top is where you saw like war zone stuff, like sections the size of like an acre with nothing. And that was a mixture of wind and sun that created that nothing.
Yeah.
But then I don't know why people go right through it. And then the nothing area gets much bigger from brown snow. The top of Chair 3.
Right.
I've never seen anything like it. But then the skiing off of Chair 3 was okay.
Well, you remember that we went through that one section. You and I were the only ones that skied it because it looked like it was mostly
It was
dirt.
patchy.
It was very patchy.
But nobody was skiing it because of that. And it was open.
And it was decent. Like on the sides, there was snow because nobody skis the sides.
It was over on Avante, which also can be referred to as Chair 2. This ski patrolman kept telling us go to Chair 2 a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking because all the lifts at Vail are numbers for the most part, but they also have a name.
Yeah.
Most people refer to them by the numbers, and a couple, for whatever reason, the name is what they're referred to. To me, at least, Avante is Avante.
Yeah.
It's also apparently Chair 2.
Isn't copper kind of the same, but with letters?
Yeah. Well, and they used to definitely be letters. And then the letters, I don't know what the B was for, but A was Alpine.
Right.
And B was, I don't
Super
know.
B.
Well, then it turned into the Super B. But I don't remember what the letter was. Maybe.
Base. I don't know.
But the reason we learned Chair 2 is that we had to figure out how to download.
Not last week, but the week before.
But the week before, you had to download the gondola at Lion's Head because they didn't have Born Free open. And so you had to download if you wanted to get back to your car. But now, they didn't tell you, just to be clear.
But now Born Free's open and you can ski down to the base.
Is Vail, I'm pretty sure I remember this from previous episodes, previous stories. Vail is the one where there's a restaurant that if you sit at the restaurant, you can watch people go down a really, really steep.
Yes.
Okay. I saw a clip. I knew it was that because it was exactly how you described it. Everyone's watching and there's two people going down this run and there's a big patch of dirt right in the middle.
It's probably from previous years because Pepe's face is not open and it's over at the bottom of I don't. What do they call that side of Vail? It's the side we used to always go to. Lion's Head? No, we go to Lion's Head. So the other side over where Elway's is and the Eagle Bond gondola is.
Okay.
And then you can sit at this Mexican restaurant, which I wish I remember the name because we did stop there last year. And it's okay.
It's good for the people watching.
It's an amazing après-ski place, but you're not going to get knocked down, drag out Mexican food.
Yeah.
So I'll look that up here in a second.
I'll be curious because I'll go find this video and show you before the end of this, and we'll see if that is in fact what I was watching. But it was so funny because it was a skier and a snowboarder, and everybody's just yelling, cheering them on, and they both go to jump this dirt and hit the end of the dirt and then head over heels.
It could be something over there. But Pepe's face, for example, I consider myself a pretty good skier. I would never ski Pepe's face because even just bad luck, you're going to get like a stadium's just cheer of your wipeout. So you went to Eldora last week.
I did. I went to Eldora on the 24th.
And how was that?
Okay, so it's kind of how you described it. It's like, they did a great job on all the runs that are open. If you skied the runs that are open, you're not going to hit stuff. That it's groomed. I was the third chair up, so I skied corduroy for 2 laps and then went back, actually 3 laps because I went back to Indian Peaks lift. But it's just like, so you know how often you go to Eldora and the parking lot's mud?
Right.
It was dry dirt.
Oh,
Dry. I'd never been to Eldora where it was crazy. There was no snow and it was just dry.
Okay, so I'm laughing that Vail, we were walking around in our socks on the parking garage. Same thing I said to Dave. I don't remember ever putting my boots on outside the car in my socks on the concrete.
Yeah. It was crazy. So I don't want to disparage Eldora. They had great, everything that I skied was good. It's just that there's not enough open. So I skied by the 5th run. It's just crowded. It wasn't crazy long lift lines. They were getting people through fine, but it was just crowded enough that I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm glad I skied. I don't regret it at all. What they have open is exactly what you would expect. No issues. It wasn't even icy, which impressive, but it was just crowded. There's not very much open. The stuff I want to ski is not open. And it was on that day, it was 43 degrees, I think.
well, that's not too. Well, I mean, that's too warm.
It's too warm for December 24th. It was weird. It was a weird experience, but I'm glad I skied. I don't regret it. But I posted a video going up Indian Peaks, and everything you go up over Indian Peaks, you're seeing grass, literal like dirt roads. You can still see them. They're like fire roads. You can see the road. It's just weird.
Yeah, and so I think there's 6 or 7 watersheds in Colorado that they identify, and the one Eldora is at a historically low, so the lowest snowfall since recorded history.
Man,
is the front range, and all of them are really close to the top 1 or 2 lowest snow. But with that said, and I think you'll agree, it still was fun.
Yeah.
I had a great time at Vail.
I don't regret it at all.
We skied like 14,000 vertical feet of
nice
blues and greens.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything else open, but it was still fun. The snow was good. I have new skis, and I should not be skiing on them this time of year, but I am. And I bought a pair of front side skis that we talked about are 90 underfoot, and they are great for ripping the groomers on the front side. So
it's the season for form.
Yes,
it is,
and to make the best of it.
And fitness. Like I'm definitely working on fitness
form
because
and
I don't have it. Yeah,
and that's probably the biggest one is fitness, without a doubt. So, I have not made it to Steamboat. Did you guys catch that video of Steamboat?
I did,
and
I literally thought it might be AI.
It was
the number of people,
so many people
on the run.
Yeah. Whenever I say crowded, that's not what I meant.
I would download before I would ski that.
That's insane. There's no way I'm fighting that many people.
I was
telling Marcus, I would unclip, sit down and people watch for a while and then download.
Yeah. Download. Yeah. Unfortunate. And I think that would be my only reasonable complaint this time of year, because I don't think the snow is at an all-time low, yes, but it's not at the worst quality it's ever been. I've skied much worse quality. But the problem is the lack of runs open in Colorado and Utah has forced the runs that are open to be extra crowded and the chairlifts to be extra crowded.
Yeah.
And this is our busy season.
Yeah.
But kudos to all the ski areas. I think they've done a good job, short of one. I think all the ski areas have done a great job.
Well, I would like to say that we were in Aspen and did not ski.
Twice now.
Twice.
Oh, man.
And where we were staying, I was disappointed I didn't take my mountain bike, and I didn't take my mountain bike because I thought it would be sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
It was bone dry. So you could have done mountain biking as 7,000 to 8,000 feet in Pitkin County with not just no snow, but no snow on the north side of things.
Yeah.
So
that's
probably
bummer.
could have done better. We put our energy in at the Glenwood Springs Hot Springs Pool.
Yeah, and just to be clear, like if you've not been there, it's not like you go sit. Well, I mean, you can just go sit in the hot, but we swam laps and
yeah, they have a great lap
put
pool.
some time in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm getting fit.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's
just
important.
not for skiing.
Yeah.
Did you know we broke the warmest Christmas Eve on record?
I believe it. I was jealous.
71 degrees.
Because I was up in the mountains, and I was like, I would much rather be down here wearing shorts if I'm not skiing.
I was wearing shorts and flip-flops like all through the Christmas break.
I wore
Crazy.
shorts even up there the whole
Yeah.
time. Even when I went to town, I wore shorts. I don't care.
That's insane.
I'm wearing shorts today here in Boulder, although it is one of the first cold days of the year. It was 15 this morning.
Yeah.
And today would have been a good ski day.
Yeah.
And here's why, because it's kind of a shoulder of a holiday, and we're here in the studio/office because of that, where we probably should have been out skiing.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get more and more crowded. And then next week is going to be lights out. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go back in
totally.
the office. Yeah,
What's
great.
what's the forecast? for
Skiing
snow?
every afternoon.
Skiing every afternoon at Eldora. The forecast is there's supposed to be snow for the mountains of Colorado. And we did intentionally make this podcast about skiing in the United States, and it's circled down
It's
to
pretty much just Colorado.
central Colorado. But there's storms coming in Wednesday night for Thursday, Friday. Thursday, it's like when it's really going to start, and that's a good ski day. If you didn't know, New Year's Day is a good ski day. Like a lot of people, if they do ski that day, they come in late because they went out. And if you get up early and ski that day, you can ditch the crowds. And then that
Nice.
Friday is going to break records for crowds. So,
Oh, okay.
and
So
that's
Black
Saturday
Friday.
and Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday might be another good day if you can figure out how to get out of the high country before the interstate gets busy.
Yeah.
We drove home this Saturday and did not ski, and it was still really, really busy on dry roads. But everybody behaved well, and it went well.
Well, that's good.
So, and then we were saying all the skiers are doing a good job except one.
Yeah. Which is
And this is a sore subject for everybody in the world, is Telluride is
Yeah.
closed because of the ski patrol strike. And man, there's nothing you can say right now that isn't going to piss somebody off.
true. So what's your opinion?
I'll say,
Well, wait. Start with the facts, sir. What are the facts?
well, the facts is that the ski area is closed. It was the ski area's decision to close because they didn't feel that it was safe to open without patrol. It was the patrol's decision to go on strike. So
Right.
the patrol said
Yep.
we're going to go on strike. So there's the first place. You can just go round and round and round. Is whose fault is it? The patrollers who went on strike. The bottom line for me is that we got to get this resolved. This is a bigger conversation than the ski patrol. And in their defense, they're not asking for much. I can tell you this, that Telluride has already lost more money being closed Saturday and Sunday of this past weekend than what the patrollers were asking for. So I don't believe from the ski area, which I'll refer to as Telluride Ski and Golf, I don't believe it's about money for Ski, or they would have not
acquiesced.
went scorched earth. If I had
Which is interesting to consider that they're potentially just being so stubborn and belligerent that they're like, I don't care if I lose money. I want you to lose money.
that is what it feels like. I don't know if that's, like obviously that's speaking on their behalf.
Yeah, of course.
So a couple things to consider is it's not a huge wage increase that they're asking for. And the best information that I can get, and I'll be honest, that's mainly through Gemini, but I've seen other news organizations also talk about, they were talking about like worst case scenario, $100,000 a year.
Interesting.
Which, is that a lot of money for me? That's a ton of money for me.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a lot of money for Ski? That's a couple hours of business. Like
Yeah.
500, at least 500 people buy full price tickets a day at a ski area like that.
Yeah.
And not that it's all profit. There is stuff
Right.
that goes into business that not everything is gross revenue.
Right. But
it's not a huge amount of money. And it's in some cases like $5 an hour increases in a place that's very expensive to live.
and my understanding is that the owner is a billionaire with a B.
The owner is a billionaire with a B, and it's not his biggest holding.
Yeah.
So he owns other things that make more money. And
Yep,
it's a side.
got it.
It's essentially, and I'm pretty sure he's admitted this, it's more of a side project.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to side with the patrollers that I wish they didn't have to strike. There's a lot of other people out of work that aren't ski patrollers right now. And the ski patrollers GoFundMe is making some money. I think I saw today it was at like almost $70,000, which again, that just making back that increase. Well, they're not getting paid anything right now because they're not working at all. But I assume a lift op isn't eligible from some of the GoFundMe
or the ticket people, or the people who work in concessions,
who work in concessions up on the mountain,
ski rental, like a lot of people without a job.
It's unfortunate, and I'm apologize to both sides that I'm not taking a strong opinion for one side or the other. It's just such a crappy situation. I can tell you this: if I was in charge of the ski area, I would give the ski patrol what they're asking for. If I was in charge of the ski patrol, I wouldn't have went on strike. That, I understand that they weren't getting what they needed, but now nobody's getting what they need. No, and then not just ski patrol and Telski, but like Mel mentioned here, people all over the mountain. So I would have continued on negotiations. That's where I stand.
Yeah.
My name's Dave Downey. I'm at 239 Canyon Boulevard.
We will all fight you. That's the promise that we have made. I think that was on our other podcast.
Bestplaces.net says it's 50% higher to live in Telluride than the U.S. average.
I believe it.
I mean,
it's outside of my means.
Yeah. And to live comfortably for a single person, for a family, is $348,000 a year.
So it's way outside of my
way
means.
outside.
And didn't we talk about that most of the people who work in that area are driving from Montrose? So it's about an hour.
An hour and a half.
An hour and a
on
half,
good weather. And there's rush hour.
Because
now.
everybody's driving.
Yeah.
From the people coming from the north, which is central-ish in Colorado, to the south. Every day.
Man.
Let's put your opinion out there. First,
I'll do it.
Your full name.
Marcus Thomas. You can find me at 239 Canyon.
Where do you stand on this?
I always stand with the worker, because there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. And the fact that somehow capitalism has convinced us that it is the workers demanding what they are owed, it is their fault that the owners are not taking care of the other workers, because the patrollers are on strike. Well, now nobody makes money. That makes the patrollers the bad guys. No, it's the freaking billionaire who could easily pay that wage and refuses to. He is the reason that everybody is not making what they should be making. He is the reason that they went on strike, because the only thing that people like that understand is loss of money, and that is what is directly impacting everyone's money. And instead of yelling at the ski patrollers for taking a stand and saying we deserve more money, we should be saying everyone should demand more money. And whenever the ski patrollers get their money, guess what? The lifties should say, guess what? I'm not coming back until I get what I'm owed. Keep that mountain shut down until everyone is paid what they're owed. And I'll say that's the end of my leftist rant.
Yeah, you don't have very strong opinions, do you?
I don't. Not
on anything. Ever.
All right, and I totally respect your opinion. When you said yelling, I'm sure you weren't referring to me yet.
What?
You said people yelling. I wasn't yelling.
I didn't say you were yelling.
Well, you said people yelling in response to it.
No, I was not. I was not referring to you.
Let me ask one quick question. Does your opinion change at all if this is Eldora?
No. Absolutely not.
So obviously closing a ski area right now isn't as painful as it would be if there was a lot of snow. But if there was a lot of snow, would this change your opinion if this was your home ski area?
No, it's a bummer, but I am still, what I'm saying, my opinion is that the person saying I should make an amount of money that is comparable to my effort being put into your industry, that you are making a massive profit off of. And it'd be interesting to see. I don't know what the profit is at Telluride. Maybe that guy, it is his side project and he doesn't make any profit. And so he's like, I'm sorry, I am a billionaire, but I'm not giving you some of my other businesses' revenue. Maybe that's what's happening. I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
I think he'd say that.
I doubt it too.
So I think the issue for me is, yeah, would it be a bummer? Yeah. Does it hurt the whole town? Yeah. But that's a dude, or and I don't even mean necessarily to single that guy out. We look at the Vail patrollers strike,
which is a little bit different, and I'd just like to point out one difference from my perspective, being a shareholder of Vail.
Oh, God.
No. I know it sounds pretentious, but because it is.
Because you're the five-share
Vail's
guy.
a publicly held company where there is recourse through things where this is a privately held company where essentially, I don't know that one guy made the decision, but plausibly one person made the decision.
At least could have.
In Telluride, which is not plausible as what happened at Vail.
Fair.
Does it make it any better for the ski patrollers in Park City, which we'll talk about in a minute? A lot of people crossed Vail and Park City off their list, as I'm sure they're doing in Telluride right now.
Yeah.
So one small difference.
I think if Eldora now being owned by the town of Netherland.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Sorry, they bought whatever they're working through, powder possibly selling. Let's go with the assumption that Eldora, this happens in 2 years from now. Eldora now is owned by Netherland. The town of Netherland says, hey, we're not going to pay you more. And the ski patrol union says, we deserve to be paid more. I'm going to be bummed that I can't drive 30 minutes and go skiing, but also I support them. Like, that's crazy.
Against the poor town of Eldora.
Of Netherland.
The poor town of Netherland. I agree. It's a little bit different there because Netherland isn't exactly like the big city.
True.
And half of it just burnt down.
And half of it just burned down.
And this, I get what you're saying.
I feel like Netherland will more than likely take care of people because they are buying it to make the mountain better for a small town. I think they're going to take care of people. A billionaire clearly has not taken care of the people under him. Clearly.
Can I tell you the biggest difference between those two situations too is the cost of living in Netherland and the cost of living in Telluride is, I'll bet, 75-80% less to have the cost of living in Netherland as opposed to
that's a good point.
Telluride.
Dylan's going to look up cost.
All right, Mel, what's your thought? Take a side, like no in between stuff like I tried to do.
I was about to say, didn't you just do that?
I said 60-40.
Okay, I take the ski patroller side, and the reason is because of the role that they have on the mountain between avalanche mitigation, putting people on the sled, bringing them down, taking care of the health and wellness of the people who've paid the tickets to be on the mountain. I think it's an important job, and I think that being paid $14 an hour to $20-something an hour, $22 an hour, I don't think a living wage for someone who is doing that kind of a job that really is one of the faces of your resort, especially when people are in turmoil and in taking care of, the snow and making sure that people are safe. I don't think it's too much to ask them to provide a living wage.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I agree. Like, I definitely took that point. I think my hang up is the collateral damage.
Yeah, which is fair. That's hard. That's hard to get past.
Yeah. Dylan?
Well, first of all, the cost of living in Netherland is 41% higher than the U.S. average.
Wow.
So it's still high, but arguably not even close to Telluride. A typical family needs to bring in $118,000 a year
to live in Ned,
which
as opposed to
$350.
Yeah,
that's up there.
Yeah, but we all live in Colorado, like it or not, but the cost of living is higher just in general in Colorado than anywhere else. So, because I think Netherland is, I don't know, but I think Netherland is probably very average for the state of Colorado.
Yeah, I would think so.
And so it's apples and oranges for the ski patrol in Netherland and the ski patrol in
it is
Telluride. Well, Dylan, what opinion?
My opinion is, well, when I was thinking about my opinion like 3 minutes ago, I was like, man, I don't know enough. But it sure is telling if I guess there was a 78 member vote and all but one voted for an increase. So it's telling that I don't know the conditions of Telluride, but those 77 of 78 people do. And so I feel like you got to trust them. But what I found is they're trying in negotiations, the ski area, the owner counter offered a $4 increase rather than $8. And the difference of that is $115,000 over 3 years.
Yeah.
Over 3 years?
That's like, I mean, what are we talking about here?
That's what he has in his pocket.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is correct, but I got this from Gemini, which is AI bot. And it says the resort is losing 15 to 20 times the cost of the entire union contract dispute. So the money that's at dispute every single day.
As a comparison, Vail last year when they went on the 12-day strike lost about $375 million in value.
And they didn't close the ski area. They used whether you want to call them scabs or
they're scabs.
They might have also used not qualified people.
True.
And Dylan, I definitely see you being on the side of the ski patrol after last year, your incident, getting meat sledded off the mountain at Winter Park.
Yeah.
And where the rest of us would have just gotten out the defibrillator.
100%.
100%. And a lot of people argue like, hey, like why should big ski areas limit uphill access? I'm getting a lift pass, not a hill pass. And it's like, well, they do have an infrastructure, and that includes fast responsive medical teams and grooming and snowmaking, and we need them.
Yeah. We need them. To be really clear from my point, never would I suggest we don't need them. And they shouldn't be paid a fair wage. Put me in charge of Tell Ski, which I've got my hand up, by the way.
Yeah.
I think I would do good. We wouldn't have closed over $8.
Yeah.
You know, we would have at least figured out how to get to that $8 in the next year.
Yeah.
Without closing. So anyway.
Maybe we need the owner on our show for an AMA.
I have a feeling that he's going to say no.
Probably because of me.
But I am more than happy to be the person that sends out the request. Well, I happen to know how to get it there.
Yeah.
I won't be checking my email with bated breath.
Well, and I would say that you don't become a billionaire by a lot. Like, you are a person who has your opinions, and if it is privately held, you are the one who you made your decisions to become a billionaire, and you're probably, you know, he's probably pretty pissy about it, and he's like, no, this is my way or the highway.
And I think everybody we talked about this with the strike in Park City last year. I think there was more power to the people available because it was Vail Associates, Vail Resorts now.
Right.
It used to be called Vail Associates. But you could take your frustration out on other ski areas by not giving them your business.
Yeah.
And here it's very much one town, one ski area. So it's a little bit harder. But I do want to remind everybody, if you don't like something in the ski industry, stop giving them your money.
Yeah.
Like, don't complain about Vail Resorts and buy your Epic. I'm a big fan of Vail Resorts, and I'm a big fan of the Epic Pass.
Yeah.
So, but if you're not, you know, the best thing you can do is talk with your money.
True.
And maybe hold off on going to whatever ski area you're down on. I think people in general are holding off on Telluride, and I would too, as much as it breaks my heart, because I have friends that own businesses in Telluride, and I haven't talked to them because it's like somebody died. How do you call and say, are you okay? Of course you're not okay.
Yeah.
So
that's basically in the winter, that's basically the entire town's business.
Yeah, because if you're going to go do other things, just go to Uray.
Yeah.
Or just go somewhere near
Anywhere,
there.
yeah.
Norwood.
Yeah.
Ridgeway. I hope they get it fixed. If you do want something super entertaining, one of the best publications in the ski industry is Unofficial Networks.
Yeah.
And they posted either today or yesterday about the strike on Facebook. I'm just telling you where I caught it. And the comments are, it's kind of what got me from 90% on the side of the ski patrol to 10%. It was just a lot of people pointing out that there's a lot of collateral damage. But the way the comments go is pay the ski patrol for the first 200 comments, and then there starts to be some actual back and forth civility, back and forth. Not that pay the ski patrol wasn't civil.
Right.
But if anybody
but the discourse was
anybody in the beginning that said anything other than that got attacked.
Got it.
And then later on it turned into a conversation. But it was 400 some comments today. That doesn't even include the replies.
Yeah.
It was outrageous. And if you don't follow unofficial networks, you should.
They're excellent.
Because everything we talk about, we just steal from them.
Sometimes we have to do a little more research.
I'm just kidding. That's not true. Although these next couple things like tragedy at Mammoth that they lost a ski patrolman, 30-year-old Cole Murphy.
Yeah. Caught in an avalanche.
And again, this is why these people are important. They're out risking their lives to make sure that it's safe for you and me. I'm not a big out-of-bound skier. I'm an inbound skier, so I count on these guys to make sure that it's safe. And obviously, this guy made a giant sacrifice to make sure it was safe for other people.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to shout that out because I think it is a big loss.
Yeah.
I'm not shouting it out at the end of the Telluride thing for any particular reason. I'm shouting it out because we were talking about Ski Patrol and we're talking about unofficial networks, and it's a top story. They do a great job of covering what's going on in skiing, which is where the other story came from, which is a little more morbid. But did you know that you can die on a magic carpet?
I didn't.
I thought for sure that the story of a kid dying on a magic carpet in Japan, there's no way you could die on a magic carpet. So then, and I don't want to act like Gemini tells me what to think, but I asked Gemini, is this common? Does it happen? There's been 4 deaths on magic carpets in the last 25 years. And one of them was somebody doing maintenance, which doesn't make it any less tragic, but makes it a little more understandable.
They were in the gears, most like dealing with something.
But you can fall off these magic carpets and get in between the magic carpet and the earth, and bad things can happen. So tragic shame, but magic carpet death in Japan.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else we got?
And then, speaking of, this is also a story.
Did you get this off in unofficial networks?
I did. I was looking through their list. Although this is the one. This is the one I had to do a little more research in because they as they should have took it from like Japan News. I think it was japannews.com. But
we talk about Central Colorado and Japan.
Those are exclusively what we talk about. So Hakuba Village, which is apparently a very popular ski resort in Japan, they just this year added 2 additional fines for
being American.
Being American, yes. It's specifically targeted at tourists, and it's 100% specifically targeted at Americans.
Nobody's coming from Denmark to ski Japan and shooting off fireworks.
That's the best part is that's not even the new one. So it only talked about the new ones. I had to go research and find the other ones. So the new ones are graffiti and sticker placement on public or private property.
This is why we don't have how to ski it stickers.
This is exactly why we don't throw stickers up on it. And then the other new one was late night noise, including amplified sound or shouting above 45 decibels. Drunk Americans.
45 decibels is not that loud.
Yeah, but
in
if
Japan,
you're outside, like that's the thing is it's a village. Like if you're inside, but late night, which I didn't see what they define as late night, but late night playing your music, shouting, getting drunk, and carrying on outdoors versus like in your room, I think is the difference.
And that's the most American thing I've ever said is 45 decibels isn't that loud.
Yeah. And then the ones that were already on the record or already on the ordinance, their manor ordinance is late night fireworks in public spaces, which does imply that it's cool to set them off during the day. It does imply that.
I doubt agree. That one's fair, though.
But it's very fair. Skiing or snowboarding on public roads? Yeah, absolutely. That's dangerous.
Okay.
Whatever. I mean, on the road?
Skeeching.
I disagree with that one and the next one, drinking alcohol while walking on roads.
That's my favorite one, is drinking alcohol or smoking while walking on roads.
Okay, and in the United States, that's called a safe bet. You can get a medal from DARE for doing those 2 things.
Unauthorized parking on private land. Fair.
I agree,
Don't park on people's land. Dangerous winter driving, including driving without anti-skid tires, which is something that Colorado should do more of, is fine people for driving unsafe in hazardous conditions.
Don't even start.
They have the laws in Colorado. They just don't enforce them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, we could get on to about the new laws that take effect next week. They're all things that won't be enforced.
Yeah. And those are all for a, I believe it is 50,000 yen fine, which is approximately $320 US. And for the vast majority of those, they said that it's going to be like a verbal warning. And then if you refuse to follow the order, then a fine, except for things like driving dangerously or skiing and snowboarding on public roads, which are a hazard to other people. Those are immediate fine.
I saw that article too, like on social, and no, I think they're right.
Yeah.
But to be clear, when it said
That's
foreign
an American
tourist,
tax.
I was like,
Yeah.
American tourists.
Before I opened it, I knew it was American tourists.
Because a lot of people don't play it cool.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm like, play it cool.
Play it cool.
What else have we got? Mikaela Shiffrin on a 6-win streak.
Amazing.
It's getting hard for me to appreciate it. It's because it's so automatic for her.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it's not that I don't, listen, she's the greatest skier of all time. And I'm not talking about female skier. I'm talking she's the greatest skier of all time. And it just has gotten to the point where it's again,
Yeah, again.
6 in a row. And these are all just piling on top of like the most wins in history. So
Yeah.
every win just adds another, that it's going to be hard for anybody to ever break this record. And I can't wait to see her and, all the U.S. ski team, but her and especially Lindsey Vonn. I don't know if you guys saw in the news, Lindsey Vonn got a little spaniel, like a King Charles Cavalier.
Oh, nice.
I think she's a spaniel girl, but she got a King Charles Cavalier spaniel. I don't know how recent it was, but you always see how great these girls are doing in skiing, and it was nice to see.
Nice.
We're spaniel people.
We're spaniel. Yeah, they can hear them barking throughout the show.
Yeah. They barked earlier.
So we have something that is similar to a Cavalier spaniel. It's just a yard spaniel.
Side topic about Mikaela Shiffrin. I learned just the other night that she's part ownership of the new women's Denver soccer team,
Oh, nice.
Uh,
the Denver Summit.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
And there's a few celebs involved in that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And same with the Broncos have, I think Lewis Hamilton of the F1 owns some of it.
Oh.
And then the Waltons own some of it. But more importantly, Mikaela Shiffrin is one of the owners of our new, I wish
That's
I
awesome.
could remember what the name is. And
Denver Summit.
Denver Summit, and they've approved like the beginning of the stadium. So
Nice.
Well, they're struggling with that. There's been a lot of town council meetings, and there's a little pushback. But I'm hoping
What?
they get it worked out. Yeah.
Misogyny in
Nope.
America?
No,
the,
it is
the
it-
money's just not there. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not any of that. But
It's
it's
going
just a skiing
to the
podcast.
Broncos, duh. Sorry. I'll stop. Maybe. I do follow Mikaela Shiffrin on Threads, and it was really funny because somebody posted, this has to be one of Mikaela Shiffrin's most impressive wins yet, trailing by 0.54 seconds after the first run, 3 skiers in front of her, and crappy conditions. And yet she does what she always does, wins. She now has a perfect 5-for-5 start to the season, and Mikaela Shiffrin responded and said, well, not always win.
Yeah. Well, I did see that she, I know when I watched her in Copper Mountain a few weeks ago, that she already had an unsurmountable lead before
Yeah.
the second run. And in this case, it wasn't obviously an unsurmountable deficit, but she made up over a half a second, which in slalom is a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So wait, was that her 5th win? I assume this was a little bit older post.
I think
Is
it's
she
6 in
5th
a
or
row,
6th?
but I think it's 5 this year.
Oh, got it.
Is my understanding.
That makes sense.
Which is still,
It's
anyway,
crazy. Yeah.
2 or 3 this year would be
Right.
incredible. So, I'll be rooting for her, but hopefully this is a redemption Olympics, because the last Olympics was tough for her and she had some miscues or whatever. Being the greatest skier in the world, you can't really do better than winning everything. So
Yeah.
the standards or the expectations are very high for her. And I hope that her and all of the U.S. ski team, including Lindsey Vonn and her Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, do well.
I'm excited for the Olympics.
I'm excited for the Olympics too. I think the U.S. ski team is as good as they've ever been. And that's saying a lot when you think about the past skiers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bodie Miller and Peekaboo Street, and you could go on and on and on. Sorry for all the people I left out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, should be good.
So get out there. What else we got? What is this? There's a note about Winter Park.
So I wanted to touch base on Winter Park Unlocked because last week I was like, the expansion, I wonder what that's all about. And then I spent time actually looking into what it is, where it is. I was just curious, like where that expansion is. So they are adding acreage to, if you're over at what's formerly called Eagle Wind Lift, and then it's like in a valley. The new expansion is the ridge on past that. So now
nice
that like where Little Raven ends, that little valley will be like the drain out of a total skiable valley.
That's sweet.
They're adding a bunch of lifts. They're removing a lift. They're rehauling lifts. They're adding like an aerial transport system to the downtown Winter Park area. The two new lifts in that they're calling like the Vasquez expansion. So there's like two lifts, one at the bottom of Eagle Wind, one at the bottom of Pioneer, to go to the top of Cirque, and then even in a surface lift from the top of that to like where Cirque currently is.
Nice.
So it's huge.
Huge.
Are they replacing Eagle Wind? Do you know? Because that lift really struggles.
They are not. They are removing Looking Glass, which is like a little guy, like a transport one, basically.
A banger.
Yep. And overhauling, it looks like Discovery, like unrelated ones on Winter Park side, Endeavor, Gemini. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, hopefully they can.
And redoing like the lodge at Mary Jane and making it more of like a base.
Oh, nice.
So
I don't know. I don't remember why or if we learned, but the last time I skied Eagle Wind was when they were going every other chair.
Yes. It was like weight driven and it was going really slow. That's why I thought.
I think it was that way all year last year.
And which is like, okay, so I hope they are fixing that, whatever that problem is, whether it's replacement or figuring out how to balance the pads or whatever they put on them.
Yeah,
that was annoying.
That made that lift go from no lift line ever to always having a lift line. So obviously with safety in mind. So they probably know
but
better than us. But I agree. I wish they would. I'd like them to do like not a high speed quad, but maybe a new quad.
That would be nice.
A couch.
A quad there would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a 3-man bar in the backer.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly what it is.
So, well, we got snow later in the week in the forecast. I know we're all very hopeful it's going to take some substantial snow to turn things around. But I'm going to say it. I said it before. It's going to come. We'll be talking about powder days before too long. Just make sure your legs are ready.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, would you be able to handle 24 inches of snow and dropped ropes?
No.
I wouldn't. So I need to get to that point. So when it does happen, I can put on my big old Deb Armstrong skis and go after it.
Yeah. I've been doing chores around my house wearing my weighted vest.
That'll do it. The weighted vest.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I might have to take mine home. I think I got chores this week.
Yeah.
So
I've been on the treadmill with the weighted vest.
That'll do it too.
Nice. I'm going to do that as well. With an incline?
With an incline, yes. And 2-pound hand weights.
Nice.
Hey, just because I'm like deep in the quad PT recovery zone, you know what's really good is walking backwards on a treadmill.
Oh, really?
That's a solid workout. Not only does it like activate and load your quads really well, but it takes away impact. So if you put like an incline with a weighted vest walking backwards, you're going to feel it.
Dude, I would fall on my face so hard. I do not think you could possibly be coordinated enough for that.
You also need coordination for skiing.
True.
Okay, but wait a minute. So let's just dig into this just for a second. When you're doing an incline and walking backwards and wearing the vest, I guess I just can't
you can
even
hold on.
like, okay.
If you need, but the balance is also valuable.
Okay, but I just I don't know.
You hold on until you get the feel of it. Because once you have the feel of it, walking backwards isn't hard. It's the idea of having to do it on a small like treadmill size.
Yeah, that's
but
what's
once you
freaking me
get
out.
the feel of it, holding onto the sides, I bet you'd be fine.
I'm going to have to check it out. I'd rather solo El Cap.
Free solo?
So, well, follow us on social and stuff like that. We got a new social guy at How to Ski It, Lane.
Yeah.
And so we've started to make some posts and things like that. So we're trying to get back to it and trying to stay on a steady clip. And we hope we have some tips on how to ski things other than like Born Free at the bottom of Vail.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we kind of centered this podcast on how to find the best of the best.
Which I think actually that's a perfect way to end the podcast. Everyone, what is your best piece of advice for skiing early season, like the kind of conditions we currently have?
Work on your form, your parallel, and your pole plants.
No?
Make as many turns as you possibly can.
Yeah, sorry, form and fitness.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
But
work on your form. That's what I've been doing on the mountain, is very intentionally working on my form, pole plants, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. So follow us, get out there, get skiing. Let us know if you've uncovered anything fantastic skiing or if we're missing the point. And we'll hopefully, like just while we're doing this podcast, have made some headway in Telluride.
Yeah.
Probably not.
If you own Telluride and you're listening, call us.
Let us know.